So, hello everyone, my name is Adarsh Kumar and today I am going to teach you about Python programming. So, I am referring a YouTuber named RISHAB MISHRA notes in it. I will put all the channel links and notes link in my description. So, starting it from now, I'm studying now. I'm trying to tell you about the Python by their PDF. So going first of all, introduction about the Python and what is a programming language. First of all, so what is programming language? Programming is the process of creating sets of instruction that tell a computer how to perform specific tasks. These instructions, known as code, are written in programming languages that computer understand and executes to carry out various operations such as solving problems, analyzing data, or controlling device. There are some popular programming languages like Python, C, C++, Java, Go, C hash, etc. Let's move to what is Python. So Python is a high-level programming language known for its simplicity and readability. Just like we use Hindi language to communicate and express ourselves. And Python is a language for computers to understand our instructions and perform tasks. And there is also an important fact there, like Python was created by Guido van Rossum in 1991. So Python was created in 1991. So it is also called a new language because C was invented in 1981, like this type of. And some key facts about this language is popular programming language as per Statista survey. Python is the most popular programming language. And another question arises, why Python? Python is one of the easiest programming language to learn and known for its versatility and user-friendly syntax. It's a top choice among programmers. And also Python is an open source free programming language and have extensive libraries to make programming easy. Python has a massive use across different industries with excellent job opportunities. So here we can also see that Python we are creating a string here. This is integer, this is string, and from this syntax we can check the type of any variable. Like from here we check the variable, so it will come as a string. For this it will come as a string, for this it will come as an integer. Moving towards, and what are some other facts like Python is easy to read and write. Like how we can write a program in Python, how to print a statement in Python. So basically this is the normal syntax for printing in Python, like only this: print, parenthesis, double comma, and the sentence you want to print this comma and hello world. So output will come as hello world. And also you can see in other languages how can we print a single sentence. Like in C hash we have to use some block of line of codes for a single hello world. For in Java we have to use this type of things for printing hello world. There is another question: write a program to print Python numbers from 1 to 10. Print numbers from 1 to 10. So in Python there's only two line of code. Like we have used for loop here. So for I in range 1 to 11, print I. So only 2 line of code needed to print 1 to 10 numbers. In C hash you can see that 5 lines of code are required to print these numbers. So basically Python is an easy language to understand and write in code. And moving forwards, basically a career with Python. Python is not only for one of the most popular languages in the world, but it also offers great opportunities. The demand for Python developers is growing every year. Like for their streams like web development, data science and analytics, software development, In web development you have many options like web developer, front end, back end, Python developer. In data science you have data analyst, data scientist, machine learning engineer, artificial learning engineer. And also in development field we have game developer, software developer, DevOps engineer, software testing, and more. Moving forward, these are some installation process you can see here. Like if you want to install the Python setup in your like Visual Code installation, so Visual Code is a compiler given by Windows for coding for every language. So we have to write Python code, so we will use the Python compiler. Here the instruction you can see as much you want. I will put this link in the description. So here we will learn about how to print statements and how to use Python as a calculator, running the Python code, and some differences between interpreter versus compiler. So first program, so we will learn we'll firstly learn how to print a statement in Python. Like see here, print is a keyword word that has a special meaning for Python. It is a reserved keyword, print. So we will only use print as printing something, not for any other things. It means display what inside the parenthesis. Like for this syntax you can see print hello world, and instruction like this name. So if you print Python by this instruction, this is separator, it will separate the names. So the output will come like this type, Python by RISHAB MISHRA. So output will be this. So here we can see is Python as a calculator. Like here we have to print sum of two numbers. So firstly we will describe two variables like a and b, and we will assign some value to it. Value is 2, b value is 5, and we will use print statement to calculate them. So simply you can see here only a one line code like print a plus b. Simple logic, you can print anything in this. So Python is a easy language. So comments, how to comment in Python. So comments are used to annotate codes and they are not interpreted by Python. It starts with the hash character. To comment any line, any block of code in Python, we will use an hash statement that will comment all the line, and that will not conclude in this, like in testing code. Here you can see this. So now we will come at Python syntax. Python syntax. The syntax of Python programming language is a set of rules that define how a Python program will be written and interpreted by both of the runtime systems and by human readers. So here you can see what is the syntax of Python. This is the syntax of Python. To print any name and something, you have to use a double comma between them. Without it this will be wrong. So basically we have to use a quotes between them, like a double comma. Without comma this will not be valid. This will be very wrong. Python will not print this. So now we will see this comparison between interpreter versus compiler. So first of all, an interpreter translates and executes a source line code line by line as the code runs. And so about compiler, a compiler translates the entire code into machine code before the program runs. So let's talk about the execution. Interpreter executes line by line and compiler executes entire program at once. Speed, interpreter slowers execution because it translates each line on the fly, and the compiler speed will be faster because it translated the entire program at once. And let's check the debugging. In interpreter, it's easier to debug as it stops at the first error encountered, and in compiler harder to debug because errors are reported after the entire code is compiled. So we have to be more attentive in compilers. So the languages which uses interpreter is also Python, Ruby, JavaScript and PHP, and compiler like C, C++, Java and Go. Moving forward, now we will learn about variables in Python. So first of all, what is a variable and how this will react in Python? So a variable in Python is a symbolic name that is a reference or pointing or to an object. In simple terms, variables are like containers that you can fill in with different type of data values. Once a variable is assigned a value, you can use that variable in place of that value. That thing I said, we will see an example of it. Like we assign value to a variable using the assignment operator. So this is called the assignment operator. This equal to is known as a assignment operator in Python. So syntax for a variable is like this: variable name and the value. An example is like we have creating a greeting variable, and for the name we have to use this strings, right, like comma, and the sentence we have to put between them, and the print only print getting. So output will be hello world. Here the output will be this hello world. Moving forward, there are some variable examples, and there are some 4 cases in variables. Like first is Pascal case. So here you can see the both in variable, the letter between them of the first word of the letter are big, in uppercase. So if the both the words are in uppercase in a variable, this is known as a Pascal case. And if first one is lower and the second one is upper, this is known as camel case. If both are lower cases, like both the letter of the word are like small, these are known as flat case. And this is a snake case. We highly prefer snake case because it is simply to use and this is simply to understand. So use snake case. We have in snake case we used a underscore between them that easily to understand, and this is simply not so much hectic. And there are simple sub programs like x value given 10. If you print x plus 1, this value will be 11. And here we will assign so many things in one line, like we have assigned ABC value in one line of code, ABC 1 2 3. If you print, the value will be 1 2 3. And here we will see the variable naming rules. So variable naming rules are firstly must start with a letter or underscore. To create a variable, we have to must start the letter with the underscore. Without it, it will start with a letter or an underscore. Okay. So we are seeing here the variable naming rules. So second one is this can contain letters, numbers and underscores between. And third, it is a case sensitive. So here you can see the example like my name and this my name are different. If you print this, the output will be alag. The output are different, and this will also wrong because the first in this word the first letter is an uppercase, in this is a lowercase. So basically the answer will be wrong and different. And here you also see that my name and this mother, this will correct and this is wrong because for is a reserved word in a Python. For is used for looping, for loop. So basically this is wrong. You can't use for, and if you use for, you have to use loop in it. So coming to the next, this is Python to do like data types in Python. Data type in Python. In Python, a data type is classifications that specify the type of value a variable can hold. We can check data type using type function. So basically here you can see these examples. So basically we are seeing this example in data types. Here example is name as, so first earlier I told that when we use a when we create a variable, so firstly this is correct because we first letter is an letter. So for creating a variable we have firstly use a variable or underscore. So here we used a letter M. So this is firstly we create a variable and assign a value madhav to it, and then we print is its type, like type my name, print my type name. So it is come as a string because it is a string because it's come into the semicolon, so it is a string. Here this is a value 101. This is an integer because we know integers are numbers. Basic data types in Python. Python can be used as a powerful calculator for performing a wide range of arithmetic operations. Like, so some data types in Python is like numeric, numeric. So for in numeric the subtitles are integers, float, complex. In sequence the subparts are string, list, tuple, dictionary, set, boolean, binary. Here you can see all of them. Here are some of data types in Python is numeric, sequence, dictionary, binary, sets, boolean. In numeric there are integers, float, complex, and in sequence we will say in sequence strings, list, tuples. In dictionary we only use a key value pair set. In forward we will see all of this. Sets, boolean, primary, you can see, and there are some examples of integers, float. Float is all like decimal. In maths we will call it decimal values, so in Python we will call it a float value. Here the complex. Here sequence, like string is like the value that is inside the column is known as a string. List is a square bracket, tuple, parenthesis. Dictionary, here is the example of dictionary. This is a key. So here you can see this is a key and this is a value. Key value pair is known as dictionary. So this is a one dictionary. This is so known as one dictionary here. So this is a set. This is under the parenthesis. So set on can be without comma, with comma. This also can be a set. Moving forward. So here the typecasting. Now we move forward to the typecasting. So what is a typecasting? Typecasting in Python refers to the process of converting a value from one data type to another. This can be useful in various situations, such as when you need to perform operations between different types or when you need to format data in a specific way, also known as a data type conversion. Python has several built-in functions for typecasting. Like first one is integers, converts a value to an integer. Float, convert a value to a floating point number. String, converts a value to a string. List, tuple, set, dictionary, these are all typecasting values. You can convert any type of function into another function. Like you can convert integer to a string to an integer, and forward we will see examples. Like here we have an example, typecasting example. In this we will convert a string to an integer. So here like first we created a value string here, converted a string value given 26. So then another we created a value as integer, and we converted the string value into integer like this. Why this function? This is a typecasting, and when you print the integer num, this will give an output of integer because we converted here the string value into integer. Moving forward, there is also an example of converting float value to integer value. Float is 108 value, 108.56. This is a float. We will converted this into an integer. So output will also change. Output will come as a 108 because 108.56 is not as integer, and we converted this into integer. So this is an integer value. Type of typecastings. So there are two type of typecastings. First is implicit typecasting. Second one is explicit typecasting. So now we will see what is a implicit typecasting. So implicit typecasting, also known as coercion, is performed automatically by the Python interpreter. This usually occurs when performing operations between different data types, and Python implicitly converts one data type to another to avoid data loss or errors. So basically this statement says that implicit typecasting is a typecasting in which this is performed by the Python interpreter. Like the developer or the coder doesn't do anything in it, the interpreter do only in this typecasting from. So implicit tells that this is done by the interpreter. You have to not do so much into converting this. So let me see example. Firstly, we created a variable, an integer, in float, result. Then when we sum these two variables, num integer plus num float, the answer will automatically come in integer. So this is done by the interpreter. We have done nothing in it. We only give the command to Python to add the sum. And if you print the result, the output will be 15.5. So here you can see the 10 plus 5.5 is 15.5. Everyone knows. So the interpreter did by themselves. We have to do nothing in it. So result, when we type the result will be in float. Next is explicit typecasting. So explicit typecasting is also known as type conversion. It's performed manually by the programmer using built-in functions. This is done to ensure the desired type conversions and avoid unexpected behaviors. And here's an example. You can see like string number 26 integer. When we print, so here we have to convert this also, because without converting it will come as a string, but we need the value into integer. So firstly we created a variable named string number, and then we converted integer number, and we converted this string into integer. So this is done by us, not by the interpreter. If we will not done it, the value will come in a string because of the semicolon. So this is an example of explicit typecasting, where the things are done by the programmer and the person who are coding this. Without giving the instruction to Python, this will not do work. It will come as a string, but we need is an integer, so we have to change its value. So here we converted as an integer, converting a value to a boolean. So in computer languages we knew that 0 is known as the false and 1 is known as true. If anything, like computer only knows a boolean language, it is in the form of 0 and 1. So if 0 is come, because the output is false, and if 1 is come, this output is true. And now we will learn about some input functions in Python. Input function in Python. So basically now here. So what is an input function? Input function in Python. The input function is an essential feature in Python that allows to take input from the users. This is particularly used when you want to create interactive programs where the user can provide data during execution. Also known as user input functions. How user input function works. The input function waits for the user to type something and then press enter. It reads the input as a string and returns it. So basically I will do this in a VS Code and show you how it works. So here I created a Python file in VS Code, and now I will show how it works in Python. Like we will be in VS Code, how the code is working this. So let me check one thing. So here this is a code, like, so firstly we will copy it here. So here it converted this. If we run this code, Python will ask some value from it. Like here, it's ask what is the enter your name. So I will enter my name is my name others. Wait a second. If we use print function here, print name. So now if we run this code, firstly it will ask me an input, and if I input my name others and run it, the output will come as others. So this is the input function we have to use. The syntax is name, first variable name is equal to input function and then parenthesis. I will also check this to you. Now I will run this code. So basically it comes as what was the name. I will type my name others. So there has also come two outputs, others and hello others, because in print I use this hello plus name this, so it will come as this value. So this is how your input function will work, and you can do anything in this input function, and you have to use your input function. So another example in input function is adding two numbers. So here this is simple, like you have to create a variable and you have to give an input. The function will also come. And this is input returns a string. We have to convert into an integer. We know that number, when we convert it into semicolon, it will come as a string, so you have to convert into an integer. I will show this in my VS Code. I will do this. So firstly we'll comment this thing. Let me. So we have to convert this into an integer, because this is a number and we have converted this in a string. So Python will think it is a string, so it will give an error because this is not converted in the integer value. So firstly we have to convert this into an integer. So I will print this one. So this is a statement, like here, print statement here. So firstly it will ask me what is your first number. So my first number would be, let's take 7, and another will be 18. So here this output will come in integer. The sum of the 7 and 18 is 25. So like this input function works, and these are some examples of it. You can also try from it. Here also we can multiply here. this is input integer from user to add two numbers and print result, casting input numbers to integer to perform sum. Okay, so here you will also we created x variable, y variable, and this we will print this. This is known as a formatted string. It is used to use many functions in one line. This formatted string is used. So here we use the sum of x and y is, so basically this is an integer, so we have to convert, we have to show Python this is integer x and integer y. So output will become as like this. If suppose I choose the first number will be 8 and another will be 2, so the output will be like this. The sum of 8 and 2 is 10. This is the homework questions, and this is now I will solve here in front of you, and I will show how this is works. So basically see this function. Firstly we will delete all these values because we have already done this. So first we will create the variables, and then with logic we will find its percentage. This is logic, you know that this is a mark, so it is an integer. We have to show this is an integer, so we will convert in integers. First of all Hindi marks, then math marks, then science marks, and we have to find its percentage. So we will find its percentage by logic, and we will use the formatted string. So now we will run this code, and I will show how this works. So when I run this code, wait a second, this is somewhere. So here we will show when we run this, like see, first we'll wait a second. So first let's suppose I get 91 in Hindi and 80 in maths and 99 in science. So basically when we convert this, one thing I left here. So here the output is converted like congratulations, you have 90% well done and keep working hard. So like these input functions are worked, and this is how it's done. So let's go to the PDF. And let's move to another example. This is input functions. Now we will learn about some operators in Python. So what are operators, type of operators, operators examples. Operators are in Python are specific symbols or keywords used to perform operations on operands, variable and values. These are the special symbols and keywords in Python like plus, multiplication, divide, etc. An operand, it is a value on which the operator is applied. So examples is addition operator. Like see, this is an addition operator, this is an equal operator, this is an AND operator. Type of operators. Python supports various type of operators which can be broadly categorized as arithmetic operators, comparison relation operators are there, assignment operators are there, logical operators, bitwise operators, identity operators, membership operators. So we'll see this operator cheat sheet. So this is operators and what their names. So this bracket is known as parenthesis, this is known as exponential, these are positive, negative, bitwise not, this is bitwise not operator, this is multiplication operator, division operator, floor, this is floor division, this is modulus, addition, subtraction, and these are comparison operators like this is equal this is equal operator, this is not equal, this is greater, and this is greater less than, greater equal to, less than is equal to. these are identify membership operators is not in here logical not, logical and, logical or, bitwise left shift, bitwise right shift, bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise or. These are the operators. So here the arithmetic operators are some examples like addition example 1 plus a plus b is known as and a value is 5, b value here is 3. So basically let's when you will operate this operator in Python, the output will be 8 because 5 plus 3 is 8, and this for subtraction this will be 2, in multiplication this will be 15, in division this is 1.66. the real value in maths is also come there. In modulus returns only remainder, like when we divide 5 by 3, 2 will be remainder, so modulus returns remainder. And floor division returns nearly output like 5 by 3. In floor division, like it is divisible by 1 time, so by 3 it is divisible by 1 times, so floor division give that thing. And exponential is double comma, we know 5 into 5 into 5, like 5 into 5 25, 25 into 5 125, so exponential will give this. This is the precedence order of arithmetic operator. This is known as PEMDAS, like first is parenthesis, second is exponential, third one is multiplication, fourth one is division, addition, subtraction. This is a precedence order. If we this is followed, first will come as parenthesis, second will come exponential, the multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. The second was comparison relation operators. Firstly I will show you like these examples of these operators. Like I will show how it will converted. Okay, so let's see here. So first is an addition operator, so I will perform this addition operator here. So first we have to assign a value, like I will, so this is a value in here 5, b value is here 3, and let's performing me like first I will give the sum value, and I performing a plus b and print sum. Here the output is 8, so basically you see this output is 8. Let's perform another variable like minus a minus b, so the output will come here 2. You can see this output will come 2. And let's perform another like it is multiplication, so a multiplied b, output will have to come 15, so output is here is 15. Another operator, division operator, the output have come to 2. Let's see division, so the output is, you can see 1.6667. Another modulus operator, this is an important operator, so we have to see this modulus operator. The output come as 2 because I said it returns remainder. Modulus returns remainder, and floor division returns the value it is divisible by, how many times it divisible by. Okay, and this floor division, now if you use floor division, output will come is 1, so output is 1. Modulus returns the remainder, modulus returns remainder. And let's see if we use this exponential value, output we have to come 125, and output is 125. So here I showed you in the VS Code how this works. And now I will show you this comparison relation operators here, and then I will show how it done it. So now here if we use equal operator, like sum is equal to a is equal to b, so the output will come false because everyone knows 5 is not equal to 3. The output will come false here. This is an equal operator. If it is not equal operator, and the output will also come is true because this is not equal. Let's check another, like is greater than. No, it is also a is greater than this will also come true because 5 is greater than 3. So output is true. Less than this is come with false. Let's check. So it will come as a false. This is false because 5 is not less than 3. 3 is less than 5. And next, when we use greater than or equal to, this will go true because if any of the one statement is correct, like it is greater than, yes, this is greater but not equal to, but here this is one statement is correct because it is greater than, so this output will come as a true. Less than equal to, this will also come big false, this will come as false. So basically I showed you here what are the things here. So let me show this about you. So basically this is an equal operator, this is not equal to operator, these are greater than operators, these are less than operators, they greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Moving to the assignment operators, these are the terms like you also use these terms as like this. So example as equal to, a equal to 5, this is written as this, a plus is equal to 5. So firstly this equal to come, then this is a plus 5. Let me show you in this VS Code. If I given a value a5 and I return that a plus equal to 5, basically it's like a sum. I given that value like a, I have to add 4 in it. A plus equal to 4, and if I print a here, so output will be 9 because a value is first 5, then I added 4 in it, so output comes in a 9. Also I will show it in a divide, like when I divide, so output should be in 1. So output here is 1, you can see output is 1. Multiply, I will multiply them, the output will come as a 20, output is 20 here. And divide divide will come as 1.25, this is correct. So basically I tell you was modulus, this give remainder, so output will be 1, so output is 1. Floor division output will be also 1 because it in 5 comes 1 times in 4, so it will output will be 1. And this is and equal to operator, let's use it. This is come as a 4 because in AND operator it is also come like this. So I showed you about these things. So we have seen this assignment operators here. Now we will see logical operators. What is a logical operator and what is this thing? Logical operators are used to combine condition statements, like for operator like AND. So AND is its description is returns true if both statements are true. AND will also always eligible when the description is like both the statements are true, not one. Both the statements have to be true, then it will complete. Like here a is greater than 2 and less than 5. So basically if I give the value here 3, so this will AND will complete this because both the statements are true. This is greater than 2 and less than 5. So the input will be 4. The input are only 4 and 3 here, not anything. So they have to 3. So now OR returns true if one of the statements is true. If one of the statements are true, then it will complete the value, or not reverse the result, return false if the result is true. Okay. Identify and membership operators. Identify operators are used to compare the memory locations of two objects, not just equal, but if they are the same objects. Membership operators check whether a given value is a member of sequence, such as strings, list, and tuples, or not operator. So there's a identify operator is example is return true if both variables are same object. Like also this is also written as a is b, a is not b, a is in b, a not in b. So for the operator there are examples like for is not operator returns true if both variables are not the same object. Operator in returns true if the sequence with the specified value is present in the object. Example returns true if sequence with the specified value is not present in the object. These are examples and how it is written as. Let's go for the bitwise operator. Bitwise operator performs operations on binary numbers. Like bitwise operator symbols are this is AND operator, this is OR operator, this is XOR operator, this is NOT operator, this is zero fill left shift sign right shift operators. There are descriptions like AND performed set each bit to 1 if both bits are 1. This is also written as A and B. Set each bit to 1 if one of the two bits is 1. A or B. XOR set each bit to 1 if only one of the two bits is 1. A XOR B. NOT inverts all the bits. This is known as NOT function. And zero fill left shift left by pushing zeros in from the right and the leftmost bits fall off. This will give you this will arrange some zeros from the left shift from left side, not right side, and this sign right shift will add zeros from the right side, not left side. Bitwise operators examples you can see here. The examples of bitwise operators. Here you can see this compare each bit in this 0 1 0 1. This is 5 in binary. This is very hard because this is a computer language. We can't do any too much in this. So basically for today what we learned, let's revise this. So first of all we learned about what is Python, what are the career paths in Python, what is a programming language, how to print a function in Python like print hello world, a statement in Python. We learned about this course, how to download Python compiler, and then we learned the course about interpreter versus compiler things. What is variable? We learned how to create a variable naming rules. These are some cases like Pascal case, camel case, flat case, snake case. Variable naming rules. And we learned about data types. What are data types? How to convert integer to string, string to integer, float to integer, integer to float. These things. We know about some basic data types. Numeric, sequence, dictionary, binary, set, boolean as examples of data types. We learned about the typecasting thing, the typecasting in Python. We have learned typecasting in Python. What is typecasting? So here we're going to see what is typecasting. It is converting a value from one data type to another. Like we have converted here, converting string to integer. This string is 26, so this is basically come as a string. So for printing it we have to convert into an integer. So we converted here like integer string num. So this is a string is converted into integer. And there you see this type. The type is come as not as a string. This is come as an integer because we converted this here. This is an integer. converting float to integer. Here is also an example of a typecasting. Then we learn about types of typecasting. So here I tell you there are two types of typecasting. First one is implicit, second one is explicit. So implicit is a typecasting type that is done by the interpreter itself. There is no work of the coder, the programmer, and the person who was writing the code. The interpreter will automatically do this work. Like here you see this example like 10 plus 5 plus 5. Everyone is knowing that is will come as 15.5. So basically we have to not convert their integer into a float, because interpreter knows that this is an like universal thing. Like when we add 10 plus 5.5, it will come as a 15.5. So basically it is a float. So it directly gives float. And here this is an explicit typecasting. This is also known as type conversion. Is performed manually by the programmer. This is performed by the programmers itself, the person who is writing the codes. This is done to ensure the desired type conversion and to avoid unexpected behavior. And here you see this example of how we converted a float to integer. Here this is known as 1.108.56. We converted this into this. No, we are here. So here how we know that this is a string, because it is under semicolon. So if we print directly, the output will come as a string because this is under the semicolon. But we need this output as integer, so we have to first change its type. So we use here explicit typecasting. Then we converted this integer into here. And there I tell you machine language like boolean 0 1 0. If 0 comes, this output will come as a false. If 1 comes, the output comes as a true. And then we learn about input functions here, how to take input. Like first create a variable, then use input name, like input, enter your name here, adding two numbers, multiply, and user handling different data types. And here I also show you by running these codes in VS Codes. Then we learn about what are operators in Python. What are operators in Python, specifically symbol or keyword used to perform operator on operands, variable and values. This type of operators in done here. This is an addition operator, equal operators, and operators. Many operators I showed here. Then we learned about type of operators, the arithmetic operators, comparison operators, assignment operators, logical operators, bitwise, identity operators, membership. There are the examples of operator cheat sheets. This is arithmetic, and I tell you this modulus returns, remainder, and flow division returns how many times it will come, like 5 divided by 3. In 3, this will come in one time. So the output will be 1. And there's arithmetic operators. Then I tell about the precedence of arithmetic operators. The pem dash, first is parenthesis, second one is exponential, third one is multiplication, fourth one is division, addition, subtraction. This comparison relation operators. Here the comparison operators is equal, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Assignment operators. I showed you assignment operators, how it works. Logical operators, AND operator, OR operator, NOT operator, like description. AND will return true if both statements are true. If both statements are true, then AND will work. If one of this correct is, OR will work. AND will only work if the both statements are true. If one of them are wrong, this will never work. So AND only works if the both statements are true, or works if one of the statement is true, and not reverse the results, return false if the result is true. Not does reverse work, like reverse the result. Not A is this. If we will put 11 here, then not will work. Then I Then I tell about your identity and membership operators is not examples, bitwise operators, and this. So this is all for today. I hope this lecture will be good, and I will try my best to do better than this in the next videos. So I will try my best to do best communication and best examples for you tomorrow. Thank you.